Welcome to Exercise for Beginners, where I teach you how to get started if you've never started before. This week we're going to go over another part of hips and glutes. Okay, the first movement we're going to try is a little challenging, but it's really good for some hip rotation in the glutes. So you're going to get into that side plank, position. I'm going to be here, and we're going to come up. All right, we have that clamshell side plank position. And what you're going to do is you're going to close this bottom hip and open, close, open. It's a little awkward at first, but if you're doing it right, you're going to get a really deep stretch in that glute that's on the ground. And it's this glute, the one with the knee on the ground, that's working. Not really the top one. Top one's just kind of along for the ride. Okay, for our next couple, you're going to need a yoga block. So instead of a glute bridge with a band, we're going to do glute bridges while squeezing the block between your knees, like so. And up and down. You're going to make sure you're squeezing really hard the whole time. So what this does is helps to activate the inner thigh a little bit more as you're doing your bridge. There are inner thighs, like your adductors get activated a lot during squats, but there's not a lot of exercises outside of that that really target them well unless you have one of those machines in a gym. So this is good if you have a little bit of like hip instability or low back instability. This can help kind of like reset things. So this is a great exercise for that. Cool. So from here, you're going to take this band, you're going to put it around your ankles. You're going to line your side. We're going to do like a reverse clamshell, I like to call it. So again, you're going to squeeze that block in between your knees. All right, and you're going to rotate that ankle up and come back down. Rotate up, come back down. So you should feel that in the glute up here. This is great for like glute med, glute minimus, just a lot of internal hip rotation, right? So internal means that knee is rotating in, that foot is going up and out. Okay, great. All right, for our fourth one, we're gonna do more of a hip flexor exercise. So you're gonna lay back here, band around the feet, and crunch up just a little bit. You're gonna press and hold. Press and hold. We're gonna try and keep 90 degrees in the knee. That can be tough. You want to try and also keep the feet a little bit wider than your hips. All right. There we go. And last but not least, you're going to take your yoga block. You're going to place it in between your legs. And you're going to do some pike raises over the block. We've done pike raises in the past. This is just to lift your leg straight up. This one, you're getting a little bit of movement with it. So you might cramp. I definitely have in the past. I call these like pike rainbows, pike over block. But you do want to sit up nice and tall. I was cheating a little bit there. You're activating from up here, that hip flexor. Ah, lost it. Oh, you get the idea. Those last two are definitely hip flexor exercises. All right, thank you for joining me this week on Exercise for Beginners. If you enjoy this content, I do try to put out a new video every week. Please subscribe to my channel if that interests you. Thanks again. Have a nice week.